Hello.
Hello. Hi, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Is it 10 o'clock over there in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like later, yeah?
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock over here.
Well, thanks for staying up.
That's all right, that's all right. Are we waiting for anyone else, or is it you two?
Just us two.
Just you two? Yeah, that's great. So if you just start off telling us a little bit about yourselves and, you know, a bit about how you two formed and that.
Sure. Do you want to take this one?
Sure. So we've got the drummer and the bassist as well, but they're not here today with us. We sort of formed in about June at like the beginning of, well, actually it was sort of the first time we came out of the initial lockdown in Australia.
Yeah. And
we had some freedoms, and during lockdown we'd been doing a lot of writing, Jack and I, and then I met Jack through another friend, and Jack was friends with the other guys already, and we formed, and that's how we all knew each other. And then we just started rehearsing
weekly, and then we recorded in September, and now we have the EP, which we've heard the 2 songs off, so that's coming up soon next month. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Cool. So Lilla, you're the singer, aren't you?
Yes.
And then what do you play, Jack?
Well, I play guitar. Yeah, so Lilla sings, plays rhythm guitar, and I mostly just play lead guitar and some vocals, not too well in the background. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you've been together since about June then. Is this we heard the first single, Bloodhounds, and we heard Spinning Me Out. How did you come up with those 2 tracks?
So Bloodhounds was sort of my baby, and Spinning Me Out was Jack's baby when we first formed as a band. And Spinning Me Out was actually the first song we played as a band. But I can let Jack explain that one a little bit.
Yeah, well, I wrote Spinning Me Out before I'd even met Lilla. That song was kind of just written in like last summer when everything was just before it got a little bit crazy with lockdowns and everything. So it's kind of all just about that sort of thing. Just like the Aussie summer and like parties and meeting people and like losing friends, making friends and stuff. And yeah, it's thematically a lot different to Bloodhounds, which is nice. It's good to have 2 different songs out, but Lilla wrote Bloodhounds, so she can kind of more talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Bloodhounds is sort of like about I was sort of escaping with my housemates down to the local park where we were doing like all sorts of stuff, like just getting exercise and stuff. And one day I was like, you know what, I'm going to meditate, which isn't something I usually do, but I was like, I'm going to do it. And I was listening to this lady like in my ear saying, I'm enough. And you have to repeat after her. And I was standing there, I was like, I'm enough. And then I went home and I wrote Bloodhounds, and that was, so that's how that one came about. Yeah. So they're supposed to be like feel-good songs in like a strange time where you can sort of escape to those songs and happy and upbeat.
Yeah. Some people might think our songs can be a little bit like nostalgic and emotional and kind of down at times, but they're not at all really. They're all quite happy songs.
Yeah.
Well, they're meant to be anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that definitely comes across in the tunes. They are very like uplifting and that. Is that the same throughout the rest of the EP that you've got coming?
It takes a bit on the 3rd track. It takes a bit of like a dip into a more like a more sort of 80s, early 90s like indie sort of darker track, which is a song called Deja Vu. We were listening to like a lot of Stone Roses when we wrote that, but it's kind of a little bit dissonant. So it's and then we've got another song called Not Thinking of a Boy, which is just another sort of straight up
Carefree.
90s like 90s. Bloodhound sounding song, which is huge. So we're keen to release that one as well. So they all kind of run down the line of that. Yeah. And then our last track's called Red Fan Station, which is just like a big acoustic sort of sing-along song, which will be really fun to release, I think.
Yeah.
So it'd be good to get those out.
Yeah, it's supposed to be uplifting and I guess it's...
Yeah, they're all really just songs about living in Sydney, to be honest. Like, that's about it.
What is it like living in Sydney at the moment? Because I know over here we're in like a sort of national lockdown at the moment. Is it like that for you guys?
Not really, no. We've gone in and out of big lockdowns, but I think we're pretty lucky, I think, at the moment, especially with it compared to you guys over there being in lockdown for so long. But we've got our freedoms are like coming back slowly. Like I think tomorrow we don't have to wear a mask in different places, and so slowly it's sort of releasing up. But I mean, when you're at, say, the beach, it almost feels like it
nothing
doesn't
ever
exist.
happens.
It's kind of crazy. But
my best mate lives in Derby, and he was telling me that he's just like been in lockdown forever, and it's just like doesn't have too much end in sight unless the vaccine rolls out. But here in New South Wales, we've recently had over Christmas like some more cases, so we had to lock down a little bit harder, but we're back out of it now, really. So life's returned to some degree of normality. I think it's been quite good.
That's good. Have you ever had a chance to play these songs live yet then, the ones that we've heard so far?
Yeah, we have. We've played 5 gigs altogether, so not too bad. We'd like to play a little bit more, but we've just played to people sitting down. We've never played to anyone standing up. See, some places in the rest of Australia are back to full gigs, so they can have festivals and stand-up shows and stuff. So it's pretty funny, like sitting in Sydney and like watching the rest of the country in places like have proper shows again and being like, what's that?
And especially playing songs that we want everyone to get up and dance, but everyone's just has to stay in their seats, and they're like rocking out, like dancing on the stage, and they're just sitting there like bobbing along.
It's quite it's a weird thing, but
something
better than nothing.
Good. So have you got any plans to come to the UK at all, with touring or anything, or going to any other countries once you can?
We definitely want to get over to the UK. I think at the moment, even for Bloodhounds, it's more popular in the UK than it is in Sydney at the moment. So.
The response overseas has been really, really quite incredible, to be honest. And I don't know how it's done that, but as soon as we can get over there, we'd love to. Like, we've got good friends over there. We've got, I don't know. I just love England, to be honest.
Have you both been before?
Yeah. I spent some time in Manchester and London, which I really like. So I'd like to get back there. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. And the name also, Jet City Sports Club, where did that come from?
So it's a tough one. It's like I always wanted to call like a band something sports club because it's just funny because none of us play any sports. So I thought it was quite ironic. We had a few names tossed around for something before sports club, and then Jet City just popped up as one of the options because and it was just kind of like the most out there one. So it is a bit of a mouthful, but when people remember it, they remember it, sort of thing,
And we thought that Jet City is sort of like it could be its own sort of body, its own sort of city, where like that's like a place to escape to Jet City, sort of thing.
Yeah, if we were to go down the whole conceptual album route, we could do something with that. We probably won't.
Bit dorky, but
we like the name. The name's kind of cool.
And so for the rest of the year then, have you got any plans other than the release of your EP? And do you have a date on that at all?
It's looking like we're going to release the EP around the middle of March. So we're thinking the 15th, but it usually works in our favour to release things on Mondays. So we're going to figure out when the Monday is around that time and then probably do it then. As far as other plans, like we might want to play some shows out of New South Wales, so go to some other states in Australia.
We also did, just recently, we've done a little bit more recording, which is exciting. Won't say too much yet, but so hopefully we'll have some more music out as well in like June as well.
We just want to make sure we keep putting things out, don't lose any momentum, sort of thing. Just keep going.
Yeah.
And
stay busy.
Play lots of shows.
Yeah. And like listening to your music and stuff, there seems to be loads of like great bands coming out of Australia at the moment. I can hear like little sort of references like throughout your songs, like in different artists. Who would you say your biggest like influences are for the songs you're creating?
You can take it and I'll take it.
Well, I think for me, I'm not sure if you know, there's an Australian artist called Julia Jacqueline, and she's a massive like vocally, she's a massive influence for the music. Also the DMAs is obviously a big one. We love the DMAs, so that's always good. So I think it's just a mix between like sort of 90s and 80s rock as well as like what's coming out of Australia today. Like you said, there's a lot of good music that's bringing all those influences back.
Yeah, well, we're just trying to blend a bunch of things that we like. Like the newest track scene, like it's quite American. Like Pixies are a big influence on the track for the guitar parts. Vocally, it's like a very acoustic sort of Australian sounding thing. So someone here called Paul Kelly who's writes songs like that quite often, and you know, we're just trying to blend like a lot of Australian influence with stuff we listen to abroad. And I think, you know, obviously with our own sort of flavour as well. So yeah. Big question, hey?
Yeah.
It's like, I wish I could recommend everyone, really.
And then maybe not in sort of like a musical way, but just in general, who would you say are the artists that have had the most effect on you?
You want to go first?
So in general, I'd say, tough. When I was younger, it was AC/DC because I thought they were just the coolest thing in the world. Then when I got older, it was the Smiths because I just adored the guitar parts and the lyrics. And now, I don't know, what do I listen to now? I just listen to a lot of bloody Stone Roses and the Smiths and stuff. My taste doesn't change at all, really. Anyway.
I guess when I was like little, I've always wanted to be a singer. That was from forever. And my first sort of influence was Blondie. I was a mega Blondie fan. On repeat every day. And then, you know, I've gone through so many music phases as I've like grown up. And then I guess at the moment it is true, like I'm trying to listen to more like Australian local bands just because I know where we're from and I want to like support that sort of area. So yeah, like I was saying, there's another artist called Angie McMahon. She's like a massive influence for me. And I don't know. That's a hard question. There's so many.
Yeah, well, obviously we listen to a lot of Australian music, like a lot. But as far as those big influences go, they're pretty huge.
Yeah, and like Stone Roses is a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could hear like a little bit of that sort of like throughout the guitar bits, especially in the latest track. I love that little bit, you know, towards the end, like the twiddly bits and that. Was that you, Jack?
Definitely. Yeah. So that song started with those guitar parts, really. It was just like 4 chords and then me just trying to write something that sounded good over it, and that's how that song sort of started. It's a very guitar-based track. Yeah.
Is that similar with any of the other songs? Do you normally start with like the chords or something like that first and then you get the lyrics afterwards? Or is it different for each song?
It kind of works different for each song. So we'll have some lyrics written and then put a song around it. But most of the time I feel like they come together at the same time. For me, you know. Yeah,
and I mean, like, so for Spinning Me Out, Jack came to the band, the song was pretty much complete, lyrics and all. And then we all just like put in our sort of little parts to it. But then we also do writing together, and I guess it's different every time. Sometimes it starts with a riff, sometimes it starts with like some words that we like that stick around, and then we end up finding a melody later. And I guess it's always different.
Yeah, that's true.
Cool. Okay, so I've got a little bit of a quick fire round for you now. Okay. Sure. So what is the song that you wish you'd written?
What's the story, Morning Glory?
I was going to say Yesterday.
Yesterday, cool. Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah. What was the first album that you bought?
Cold Chisel Greatest Hits.
Mine was Jack Johnson, In Between Dreams.
Wow.
What was the first gig that you went to?
The Wiggles, when I was like 4.
I love the Wiggles. That feels so like nostalgic.
Yeah.
Oh, I've just remembered like all that.
Yeah, big part of the childhood.
I can't remember the very first one, but I think because my parents listened to a lot of music and they'd take me to everything they went to. But I think the first one I really remember is like a Zimbabwean music concert that my dad played Mimbera in. And that was the first concert I remember, I think. Yeah.
So that's why Bloodhounds sounds like how it does.
What is your favourite song lyric? Could be from yours or from any song.
You go first.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Mine would be I Want the One I Can't Have and It's Driving Me Mad by the Smiths. I want the one.
Oh, God. I honestly can't even think of a lyric. I'm blanked.
It is quite a tough question.
So many.
What's your most played song at the moment?
Ooh. Probably Spinning Me Out, trying to get them streams up. But I don't know. Apart from that, I've been listening to, actually we both have a Booster Seat by Spacey Jane, which are another Australian band who are just phenomenal. Definitely recommend anyone checking them out.
And I was going to say maybe like Hayley Mary, Like a Woman Should.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Good tune.
And also, what's your favourite lockdown discovery? So this could be like a TV show, a song, a band, or just something that you've discovered like in the lockdown that's made it a bit better.
I discovered the La La Las, which are like an American indie band, which are awesome. So yeah, that was good for lockdown.
When we were hardcore lockdown, I just went for walks. About 5 o'clock every evening and just walked and walked and walked. Yeah. I stopped and proceeded again, but I was healthy for a little bit there. I learned how to walk in lockdown.
Yeah, I'd never like done walking before, and then every day I'm like, right, I'm going to go for a walk every day. And we've got quite a lot of like canals like close to where we live, so we're sort of in the Midlands. So I was like, I'm going to walk to Wolverhampton because if I just go, it's all one way on the canal, like I can't get lost. And then it was a long day. It was a long day.
How wide are the canals? Are they very wide?
They varied. Probably like you could probably fit like 2 boats on the. Yeah. What's the best advice that you've been given? This could be like about music or just life advice.
I think just we were talking about this last night actually. Just looking at the positives of life, It's like things catch up to you so frequently and it makes you like overwhelmed, but if you're just always looking at the positives, then you sort of neglecting the bad stuff, like in a good way, So I think that's a good one. Yeah.
I'd say I don't know. Probably do not release or write anything just for the sake of trying to have something written, just write something good or don't write at all. Well, that's just for me anyway.
Yeah.
Piece of Jack advice.
Probably not very good, but yeah, that's the advice I've just given myself.
And who is an artist that you'd most like to work with?
For me, it'd be Johnny Marr from Modest Mouse and the Smiths, for sure. Love to have him produce one of our tracks down the line. That'd be pretty incredible.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oofed. I should have thought of all these questions beforehand.
Well, I'll just go get a coffee while you're thinking.
No, too many. Look, if we were back in the 60s, maybe I would have liked to work with the Beatles. Let's just go with that.
Yeah, can't go wrong with the Beatles.
Come on, be better than that.
And also, would you both like to request a song for me to play on the show?
Ooh. Yeah.
It was Spacey Jane.
Yeah, let's see if you can play some Spacey Jane. Booster Seat. That'd be pretty cool. see if people are vibing with that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a very good one.
I'll get that on for you. And finally, if people want to hear some more from you, where can they find you?
Instagram.
Probably Instagram.
Yeah.
Jet City Sports Club. We post all every day pretty much.
And anything we're ever going to be releasing, we'll be telling you on there. So we've got highlights of the shows and stuff, which is cool. So,
yeah. Pretty much anything you want to see will be on Instagram, which is good.
Yeah.
Or Spotify, of course, if you want to listen to music.
Oh, cool. Thanks very much for talking to us. Those were all the questions that I've got.
Thanks so much for having us, Becca. That's been great.
That's all right. That's all right. And yeah, I'll get those songs on for you at the weekend on Saturday. Are you able to get the show over there in Australia?
Well, if it's online, we can listen to it for sure.
Yeah.
Just like the time zones and stuff. So, but if it's on, it's Saturday night your time.
Yeah, 8 till 10. So is that?
Yeah,
it's like 6
easy.
till 7, 8, something like that. Early in the morning.
Yeah, we'll wake up for sure.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's all right. No worries. I'd love to have another chat with you once everything's released and that.
Yeah,
definitely.
For sure. Let's do it.
All right. Okay. Thanks very much. See you later. Bye.